Hello, and welcome back to another episode of Tiny Glade. I thought today it might be kind of fun to build a little bit of like a little fall festival. Now that we're into fall a little ways, we've been experimenting a lot with different buildings and structures. That's been a lot of fun, but I thought it would be neat to do a little bit more minimalism here. So push the little creativity a bit. Let's start by opening this up. I think it's the fall festival is going to be relatively small, so I don't want to erase too many of these trees. But I do want to get rid of a few just to kind of clean things up. I want to try to keep this kind of circular aesthetic for at least part of it, and then we'll kind of build out some little areas from there for the path that leads into the fall festival, and maybe there's a little back area, etc. So it's something. Let's start with something like this, maybe a little more over here, and then I want to build a path. It's gonna, kind of get rid of those trees automatically. I'm going out this way. I want it to be relatively large as we kind of come up into the festival, right? Because there's a lot of foot traffic coming through this way. Indicate that. All right, and let's start by building kind of a little, slim the pathway down a little bit here, and kind of build the entrance this way, that. And let's start by putting in a little ticket house here. I want it to be relatively small and a little more kind of squat here. Something like that, right? I really want to make you think about like a ticket counter. Let's see, what does a door look like height-wise here? Yeah, something like that. Right, for somebody to kind of come in. Let's get a little bit set back just a tiny bit further, like that. Okay. And let's put in some windows here. Oh, not there. I don't want the corner windows. Okay, it's not quite big enough. Let's make it a tiny bit bigger so we can squeeze a second window in there. Okay, a little bit more. And then we'll see what we can do is we can something like that, and then bring it down, right? So that the window's low enough for kids who may be coming through. And we'll push this back just a little bit closer to the building. Okay. Now that we have that done, let's kind of build out the main path. It's going to shrink down a little bit as we kind of, come up in. And I think I want to do some kind of little structure over here. So let's build like that. And I want a small kind of fall stage right in the background here. We're just going to try to get like a little positioning in, and then we'll go from there. This could be something like this. Just a little piece like that. And this is going to be this little kind of a stage we're basically going to create here. Put that up a little bit. All right. It's not a huge fall festival. It's just a local community's fall festival. So there's not going to be anything too crazy going on. And we want to make everything kind of wooden here, right, to make it feel a little bit more temporary, because it's not used year round. It's not something that's always occurring, so they may move things or tear things down. And I think over here I essentially want to build kind of the illusion, right, of maybe like a little competition area for produce. Let's just put a couple of lines like that, and we'll probably put some plants in there instead, just to kind of create that illusion. But this is the fall planting area or something along those lines. We'll get that going. All right. Yeah, this is looking pretty good to start with. Right, we're gonna keep the episode, a little bit short as usual. I'm gonna do something like this, and I want to bring that up, and then I want this to come around, and I basically want it to push out, actually around and kind of into the woods, right? Just to kind of say like, hey, you need to come through the gate here to kind of get involved in the festival. Let's put it down somewhere like this. That's good enough. Doesn't need to be perfect, it just needs to indicate that. All right, and let's put up some Fall flags. Okay, let's I want this for that. Move it a little bit. That. Okay. And we want some more fall-like colors here. Yeah, something like that. And then that. Right, so kind of like a little harvest festival or fall festival. You know, whatever you want to consider it here. I think we need a few more of those, right? So, yeah. You feel pretty unique. The way that this is kind of set up. Let's move this a little bit back. There. I don't think I like when those are connecting, so let's move this a little further away, actually. Like that. And then we'll fix up the color here. I want to do that side. And this reddish on that side. Yeah, something along those lines I think is nice. Okay. And we hang a flag here? No, let's put one there though. And yeah, let's get a little bit of contrast here, right? Because I want the color of the building to kind of also mirror this fall aesthetic. If that makes any sense. What about the wood? Get a little bit of contrast. Logo. Okay, great. All right. Start building the path kind of over these various areas. Let's move this just like that. Move this a little bit further back. That way. Come up the stage here. And let's move the stage just a little here and rotate it. And, you know, there's kind of a wide open area kind of in front of the stage where people might stand if they're doing a produce competition or something along those lines. Oh, and we definitely need very small, just so we can get to the door, right? Keep those bushes a little bit away from the buildings. They're kind of poking out underneath. That looks pretty good. Alright, now for this, I think we want... I don't think I want to put anything really underneath it, in a sense of, you know, like a stone structure. Definitely needs to be bigger, though. Right, maybe it's a little exhibit hall or some kind of area where they can show off various things for getting ready for the fall. Really kind of spend their time together. Yeah, something kind of like that, right? It doesn't need to be perfect with the pathing, right? Because people are gonna walk around the way that they want to walk. That little desire path in here. Kind of get to the areas that they're interested in. And then we can put... Do we want to put anything under here? Do that. No, I don't think we want to do that. I want to leave it a little open, so I think we'll just keep it a little more simplistic. We will put a few banners around here. That. And let's color it a little bit. And I think since we have the building is orange already here. Yeah. Since we already have the kind of orangish building, I want to make sure that the flags kind of stand out, right? Put one more around here. Right? We don't need to put too many, but you do want people to kind of get that interest from various areas, right? That symbol, like that. Great. Okay. Yeah, that's a lot of fun. I wish we could make this a little bit shorter, but that's okay. Good enough. All right, and then let's create here kind of this tiny illusion of, I guess, raised beds as much as we can, right? Just there's a little bit of rockiness there, that's okay. But kind of this illusion that, you know, maybe they're doing some kind of exhibition of different plants that they're going to be planting for the fall and things that you can kind of look forward to as what produce is going to be available still at that time. It does get a little bit rough for those of us who like to eat a wide variety of, you know, fruits and vegetables locally during that time. And we'll build some small paths leading over here. And we do, yeah, these little desire paths down the middle kind of the larger path, right? So people are kind of checking it out and seeing what's available here. Something like this. Right around the back of that. Around like this way. Yeah, maybe something like that. And at the end of the rows, right, we'll put a bit of well, what I want. How about here? Yeah, I don't think it's quite what we want, but I do want a little bit of color. Maybe something like that. But I feel like you wouldn't really want to block off the view. So actually, I think something over here, yeah, something like that kind of makes sense for what more realistically might look like, right? It's kind of around the periphery and the edges of the area. Yeah, something like that. Because we can't do any, I don't think we can really do anything here in terms of, we can do though. We'll put a flag on each one of these, right? And then, instead of being the fall colors, we'll do like this, right, to kind of represent, you know, this is some kind of, I don't know, yellow squash. And I want to get rid of, I want those to connect, rid of that. This is some kind of green squash maybe, or something, some other kind of hardy root vegetable for the winter. And then one here too. Maybe some kind of purple, or we just want to create some color variety here, I think, more than anything. Okay, right. We can pretend that these, you know, these signs are kind of explaining what's going to be growing in each of these plots, so people kind of understand what's going to be available for the winter time. All right, and let's make it a little bigger. Bring it right up to the edge. It'll probably relatively cleared out most of the stage. Right? I'm going to leave a little bit on there, but we're going to be walking around and coming into this area. And I think we're going to need one more smaller building here. Kind of make the stairs look correct as much as we can. This. Get that. A little bit of that. I want that corner back. Yeah, something like that. I think it looks alright. Let's do a little bit of path erasure here underneath there. And then we'll change this up to be that wooden aesthetic. It's not perfect, but you know, it looks. I wish it could be wooden steps up, but that's okay. We'll need to have some way to kind of get up onto the stage, and that'll do just fine. All right, and I think we need a few more. Let's in the banners. Let's do these guys on the edge. I feel like that's a little bit of a hazard for the people who may be out front. So let's do this. We'll put one on the other side as well. Put that. I don't want it too close. A little bit around the. Get to walk around these flags, and we'll fix the color up. One like that. One like that. Kind of just our colors for the festival. And then over here, I think we'll change the symbol up a little bit, right? Because it's a little event space. Anything else? I feel like we're missing something. But I don't quite know. Maybe what if we did? I don't want to do something like that. It just doesn't make sense shape-wise. Feels a little bit boring. I think we need a little bit more plant life maybe around behind the stage, right? Something like that. Maybe just to break it up a little bit. It's a little bit difficult when you're trying to go for more minimalistic builds like this to kind of build out that specific design that you want. Anything else you'd want to put in here? I want to keep it a little simple. I think we need a little bit more, just slightly more decoration along the path here like this. Maybe here we'll put a little indicator for, this is where you're going to go if you want to, either some kind of animals or something along those lines over in this direction. Something like that maybe. Kind of indicate where things are at and where you're kind of looking. Yeah, one more like that, but I want to get rid of connection. I want to change that. Yeah, something along those lines. We'll rotate like a little bit this way and indicate what's available where. Yeah, maybe a little more tree cover back here. To break it up a little bit in the space-wise. Like that. What's that? Alright. I think I'm pretty satisfied with this. I think we're pushing what we can kind of get shape-wise and structure-wise with just kind of how things are set up within the game, just so we can. There's not a lot of like ability to place any doodads or anything like that. Oh, you know what the one that we can do though? Let's put just fence in here, a little bit. Just a small fence like this, and then a little bit down, like that, to create this kind of illusion of an area where people are gathering. But I think that looks pretty good. Let's get the aperture a little bit wider so we can entrance in. I just want to feel pretty natural. Yeah. Yeah, I think something like that is pretty satisfying. Looks pretty good. Wish we could put some little plants here just to kind of indicate what's going on. I think that'll... Right, like... Okay. Well, I think that's going to be it for today. Hope you enjoyed, and enjoy the rest of your afternoon.